Welcome back to VFL Park. The toss of the coin about to be effected in the centre. Respective captains Mark McClure and Michael Tuck with John Russo. Mark McClure calls tails, and tails it is. So Carlton will kick to the small scoreboard end in the first quarter of tonight's grand final of the Foster's Cup.
Right, Peter, and good evening to Bob Skilton. Good evening to Lou Richards.
Good evening, Pete. And I tell you, Pete and Bob, I'm rather surprised we've got such a big crowd here tonight because the conditions are not the best, as you mentioned, the opening of the show. I'd say it's pretty close to 20,000 people.
I think, if my memory serves me correctly, we had a grand final postponed a couple of years back because of bad weather. Should they have played it tonight or put it off until a couple of weeks?
I think the rain was too late tonight. Yeah. You really didn't. Probably the forecast wasn't for such consistent rain as we've had here. And Carlton are kicking to what in the schoolboys games was the scoring in. And,
you said games, Bob. Yes, you've had a busy day.
And we've had an excellent game. One of the best schoolboys games I've ever seen, to see Xavier College come from behind to beat Melbourne High School. And
well done, Xavier.
The
well done,
Catholics
lads.
won out again.
I think the big thing here tonight, both these sides should be congratulated because they picked two tremendous teams. They're just about at full strength, and that's how serious they take it. And that's possibly why they're sitting on top of the list. So we should... A top struggle here tonight, Pete, in this grand final for 1986 for the Foster's Football Cup.
Yes, Carlton's record against Hawthorn of late isn't that good. They haven't beaten them since 1983. But, of course, before that, the Blues strung together a number of wins against the Hawks. Probably, I think it was around about 7 or 8. So, conditions tonight could be a great leveller. Umpires preparing to get things underway. John Russo and Ross Castle, the men in white. They won't be white too long. Teams have taken up their positions. Carlton kicking to the right. Hawthorn the main scoreboard end. That seems to be the heavier end, if there is such a thing in football. Umpire Ross Castle comes in to bounce the ball. It's the Foster's Cup Grand Final for 1986 between the two powerhouses of the VFL in that year, Hawthorn and Carlton. Knocked away by Madden. Schwab gets the ball. Loses it just as quickly. Ayres tries to tap the ball out. Does so. Tuck's kick nullified. Madden knocks it out to Blackwell. In pursuit is Deer. Blackwell's kick is not a long one out towards the centre wing position. Silvani should get there first for Carlton. Got knocked over by Curran. The umpire says no free kick.
Well, actually, I think he fell over his foot then that time, Pete.
I thought it might have even been a trip.
Don't think so. I think he just tripped himself.
But one thing we have noticed, certainly of late in the night matches, is that very few kicks have been, free kicks have been paid by the umpires. I think last week we had only 10 prior to half-time. Tuck again. High kick up to centre wing. Now the umpire has found a free kick. It's going to Brereton, who received a very heavy knock the last time these two sides met at the MCG. He lost quite a few teeth and had them bent. Picked up by Dool. Dorotich. Loveridge. Over it goes to Buckenara. Buckenara's kick is a high one. Or two Carlton players spoiled each other. Dean went down heavily. Picked up by Wallace from Clatton. Up towards full forward. Here's a chance for Dunstall. Knocked away by Silvani. Good play. And it's out of bounds. Forward pocket right for Hawthorn.
It's excellent play by Silvani. He was really 1 out against 3 and was able to thump the ball over that boundary line.
Probably a score of about 10 goals tonight would be successful. Knocked down by Madden. Clatton trying to pick it up. Gets bumped over the line with the ball by Meldrum. And it will be a boundary throw in once more.